That intro though, baby.
Yeah.
Going on, guys?
Hello. Oh, there's a bit of a delay.
There is.
Oh, never mind. I can see it.
Okay.
Sorry, because I'm like trying to do like both. Anyway, welcome everybody to another new episode of the podcast, Grave of Horrors, with me and Tom. Yeah, and I was trying to look at my notes and then this, but like I also got my phone on the side, but it's got a bit
Yeah,
of
yeah, same here, dude.
never mind. I guess I'll just use my phone for the minute.
How you been?
Good. Surviving. Thriving but surviving, and trying to do everything in between, and you know
Yeah, I do.
anything you've been working on as of late, or anything you got planned?
Uh, Mentioned to you, Maurice. So just been about to get to a Metal Fest planning soon, which
Hmm,
obviously Pablo has done bending there, and
fun
year
time.
five. Yes, yes. Basically, appreciate
Thanks,
it.
honey.
Um, Working on more music stuff and then artwork stuff. Like it's been busy, man. As you all know all too well. But excited for this episode today, man. With the faculty, dude.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. As for me, yeah, same old, buried in my work, trying to find time for everything and anything and everything in between. As for me, I've got halfway to Halloween. Next
Hey,
Saturday, with my buddies at the horror house. Trying to remember, it's gonna be at, is it One Allegiance Brewery, I believe, again?
your Metal Fest, yeah.
Or it's Metal Fest. There, it's backwards, but yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be a fun time. The last time I did one of their events was probably my best ones. I came a little late. I was by the front door. I was like, "Yo, hey, everybody," and that really helped with my sales. Um, well, that's been going on. In terms of Monster Machine creation stuff, getting a lot of the rubber hose styles of my characters redone. As
Yes.
you guys have seen, there's an updated logo set of the rubber hose style. Now it includes Martha and Maurice, who also help make everything here at the podcast happen. So it's been really great to be able to zombify them and have them on as well. In that art, that'll probably be their part of their t-shirts, our t-shirts, exclusivity. um, yeah, just working on that. Working with my animator on some other things. I'll show at a later time. And yeah, just getting some arts done as per usual, and working on more merch to come out. Because not too long ago, I launched the Monster Mayhem Kinky Creations
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
of my female cast being made dangerously thick. And yeah, that's been a lot of fun. A lot of BDSM elements with the arts on that. So it's for all you freaks out there. But anyway,
Me?
yeah, that brings us to today's episode of the faculty.
Hell yeah.
So, Tom, how would you like to start? You want me to read off
Oh,
what I
no,
got?
no. So personal memory with the faculty. So I recall a lot of my horror films I've watched when I was a youngster. Still short, still am short. That's one of
Yes.
those films that stuck out to me the most. Mind you, when I first saw it, I had never seen the Invasion of the Body Snatchers at all, like the quote unquote remake of the original one too. That was my introduction to that genre of we'll call it sci-fi horror in some
Yeah,
ways.
essentially, that's what this is.
Yes, and I love the film. It was like very like peak dripping like 90s nostalgia with the soundtrack, the certain attire. the acting, the whole 9 yards. Which even like the actors in this film are peak because you're having what's his face from Terminator off 2 years after Terminator 2.
Yeah, Robert
Um,
Patrick.
the lady from Carrie be like old deranged. The mother that was the mother of Carrie, I should say, from the original film, being in the film too, and
Oh
then
yeah.
being a kid. Yeah, yeah, it's a fun fact I found out about. Um, Seeing this new genre, even before I saw Alien, mind you, I was very intrigued, very moved by it, but also just the '90s element to it just felt awesome to me as a kid. And watching it again recently, um, very much like a timepiece in and of
Oh
itself,
yeah.
but I loved it, man.
That's how I felt. I was like, whoa, this is amazing.
Yes.
All right. I guess I'll read up the like the gonna keep going with the format that we tried from last month's episode, Sleepaway Camp. Just felt it was somewhat comfy. It had a nice flow to everything, and our hour was up before we even knew it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'll go read off like the date and then like the cast and all that. So, release date of December 25th, 1998. It was filmed in multiple parts of Texas,
Yes.
mainly Austin, San Marcos, Dallas, and Lockhart. Budget was 15 million. The box office was 63.2 million, with a runtime of an hour and 44 minutes. Directed by Robert Rodriguez.
Mhm.
Screenplay by Ian Williamson, and the genre is science fiction horror. This is starring a pretty stacked and very young cast.
Oh,
A very
yes.
stacked and very young cast. We've got Josh Hartnett as Zeke Tyler, Elijah Wood as Casey Connor, Jordana Brewster as Delilah Prophet, Clea Duvall as Stokely Mitchell, Laura Harris as Mary Beth Hutchinson, John Stewart as Mr. Furlong, Piper Laurie as Mrs. Olsen, Usher Raymond, yes, Usher the rapper, R&B, as Gabe. I forget how to pronounce her first name, but what is it? Jansen as Miss Burke,
Yeah,
essentially
Jean
Jean Grey
Grey.
from
Jean
X
Grey.
Men.
Yeah, that's what I call it, Jean Grey, dude.
Yeah. Daniel Von Bargen as Mr. Tate, Robert Patrick, the T1000
Yes.
as Coach Willis, Sean Hatosi as Stan Rosado, and then BB Newworth as Principal Drake. And then I had to throw in a bonus for the small people that were in the movie but not really named. I was kind of a dick for this one. I and it took me by surprise. Like Danny Masterson was in this
Yeah, yeah.
as loser fake
Rotten.
ID guy and Scat Buyer.
Well, dude, after
Scientology kids, don't do it.
after that too, he was in Dracula 2000, that shitty Dracula
Oh
with
God,
Ron
really?
Butler. Yeah, he was in that film too, dude. So he had his run in with shitty horror films, and then
For a
on that
while.
70s show, and I was in
Yeah,
jail where he belongs. So
yeah, because he's gross. Really quick about Scientology. Have you seen? Have you seen the clips of the TikTokers just running through the Scientology building?
yeah,
Scientology.
dude, it's fucking
Speedrun?
insane, man. Well, it's kind of hilarious though because they
Oh, it's
kind of had
very
it
hilarious.
coming. They had it coming for quite some time with that shit, and I'm
Yeah.
very happy to see some pushback finally.
Yeah, I love how every speed run they like started mapping out the building from as far as how they got, and then like one time they sent in like a bunch of like little people, and then
Yeah, is that short joke, Pablo? That short joke, huh?
yeah, a little
That's
one.
short joke? Yeah, okay. Go fuck yourself. How about that?
Anyhow, next we got Salma Hayek as Nurse Harper, Christopher McDonald as Casey's dad. Yo, his daddy was Shooter McGavin. Libby Villery as Casey's mom, and then some really fun ones. Summer Phoenix, the sister of Joaquin and like all them Phoenixes. She was in there. She was the fuck you girl that we'll get into later.
No
Yeah,
shit.
she was fighting with dude on the bench. Again, we'll
Yeah.
get more into that scene later. And then John Abrams was the fuck you boy, which most people would recognize as I'm trying to remember. I don't remember his name in Scary Movie, but he was the boyfriend.
Yeah, in the first one, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah, he was the
Yeah.
boyfriend to what's her face? Damn, her
Yeah, I know.
escaped me.
Shit.
But yeah, he was in this too, with themes of teenage angst, extraterrestrials, and drugs. Even though this is supposed to be like an anti-drug movie,
Anti-drug film.
like yeah, fight these aliens with drugs.
Yeah, dude. Anna Faris. That's what her
Anna
name
Faris.
is.
There you go.
Yes, yes.
Ferris wheel. Yeah. All right. You wanna just like bounce off like back and forth off of like the notes here, or you want me to
Yeah,
just read the
dude.
whole plot through, or how do you?
So we'll start from the notes and then work from there. So off the bat with the film, if you're into the '90s era kind of genre, this is very much, again, like I mentioned before, it has that aesthetic of it. The campy soundtrack kind of vibe, like the what's not Sublime,
It kicks off with the Offsprings. The kids aren't all
Offspring,
right.
yes, which is very much like a
Very fitting.
commentary, yeah, on the film itself and the faculty in this high school, which kind of really relates home to me. I don't know about you, Pablo, but going to high school, Evergreen Park, it was very much a high school based off football. Like, they didn't give a shit about, top
Oh,
class, didn't give a shit about, everything else, but it was about football. And I love the kind of how to open where the budget, if you will, is geared more towards having the football team get more of the money and the profit compared to other activities in the fucking
yeah.
high school.
Fuck art. Excuse you?
Yeah, yeah. Um, to which, I love how it opens in general because you get that scene and you get the coach scene with him
Robert
doing
Patrick.
typical, yes, the typical,
Coach Willis.
hard ass coach riding his football team, and this one big game make a whole difference about his career and the kids on the team too. But he really plays that role hilariously too well, though, in some
Oh yeah.
ways.
All right. So movie opens with one evening at Harrington High School in Ohio. So it takes place
In
in
Ohio.
a fictional like area of Ohio. Teachers and Principal Drake, BB North, leave after discussing the school's budget. Later that same night, when Drake returns to retrieve her keys in her office, she's attacked by the school's football coach, Joe Willis. He's infected at this point by the parasitic aliens that are very vast in this movie.
Yes.
He tells her how pretty she looks, and she feels something is off after he claims he was just looking for a pencil. She looks back over at a pencil jar on her desk, which has some scissors. He gets even closer after being given the pencil. He then stabs it through her hand,
Hmm.
and she slashes his face with her keys and tries to get away. Eventually, she runs towards the fucking the one door that's all chained up. I
Yep.
just like a high school, just one door.
Where's the custodian at, by the way, for this whole
Yeah,
process?
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
curious
Yeah,
about.
I know there's some late shift guy just mopping, or you probably got his headphones somewhere,
Yeah.
jamming to some Pearl Jam or something. Uh, and then yeah, and then drama teacher Mrs. Olson is on the other side, just looking at her like, "Oh my god, like you got to get out, blah blah blah." And like, eventually she does run back and find some keys, right? And
Mhm.
then she's able to like, she's like shambling to open it up and whatever, and she sees Robert, the coach, which it's a later fun fact, but like I guess we were saying that the frame of him running towards her was kind of like a bit of a callback to
The
Terminator 2
Terminator. Yeah.
when he was chasing off what is it? Um John Connor or whatever.
Yeah.
Mr. Furlong. More of a fun little thing on that later. So then eventually she does get out, and then the drama teacher emotionlessly starts stabbing Drake with the scissors that she had, and then like it's a weird way in this to really count kills because I guess in this term it's a kill. Um, so yeah, she just stabs her and she just says, "I've always wanted her to do that." And she looks back at Coach Willis, and then we just fade to the next day.
Yeah, which that in of itself, the callbacks in that opening scene too, because callbacks to Shining, and then also Carrie with the stabbing part too. Like, you can kind of see that this movie wears its influences on its sleeve.
Oh yeah, so many, especially a lot of John Carpenter stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And then we go through the following morning. The students arrive, thus introducing our main cast of characters. Starting with Zeke, Josh Hartnett, whom we see driving his car like a madman.
Yep.
I believe it's a Pontiac GTO that he drives in this
Pontiac.
movie.
Yep.
I know there's a more specific note I have, but that's like part of my fun facts later. Followed by Casey Connor, which is Elijah Wood's character who runs to someone and gets knocked on his ass. Eventually they pick him up, right, and then they like throw him into a pole, and some girls
They
just laugh.
nutshot him in the pole,
Yeah, they
dude.
just got him into a pole. Like Jesus, like yeah, bullying was a thing back then.
Oh, yes,
It's
it was.
still a thing now, just not as severe. I feel
Yeah.
like today's is much worse, but more on that commentary at another time. Um, he's a dedicated but perpetually harassed photographer for the school newspaper. He's also the underappreciated assistant to spiteful Delilah Prophet, Jordana Brewster, the paper's editor in chief and the head cheerleader. We cut to Stokely, which is Clea Duvall, um, picking on him while he's down. She then runs into Stan, which is the boyfriend to Delilah, and
Yes.
he was the lead football captain.
Quarterback. Yeah, quarterback
Correct,
and
yeah.
captain for the football team.
Yeah.
But
Meanwhile, there are two students who are fighting in the distance over one crashing into the other while they were parking. It was so just like,
choking the shit out of her, dude.
yeah, it's like Jesus. Then Delilah's mistreated boyfriend Stan is contemplating quitting the football team to actually show that he's got some brains
Yeah.
because he's getting tired of the whole cliche of like, hey, you did great, bro, and then like he said he got like a D on one of his tests again, skipping the little head until later, and then the teacher just gave him an A instead.
hmm
That's you got a great arm, you deserve that A. It's like, bro, I'm a dummy. Like,
Well,
let
it's funny to
me
me
know it.
because like that
But I
was the
see shit like
tropes.
that happen. It's
It
crazy.
did. It did. That was, I mean, my high school, that was kind of like the status quo in some ways with the jocks. And then you have, disenfranchised, you have your nerds, the whole 9 yards. And it's crazy to me watching this film, like how I had to go back and like have like a PTSD trauma response to it back in the day with being bullied.
Oh yeah. And then like for me, like it wasn't like a jock thing, but it's gonna sound really fucked up. But it's a thing of like teachers just are done. They want this student out of the fucking class. And like no shade to the teacher, but like I remember this one dude, he was just doing just fucking awful. I was like Spanish class. I'm like, bro, you're Mexican. How can you not like I took the class because it was easy. And then the teacher's literally like, "Hey, can I borrow your test real quick?" I was like, "Bro," I had to just handed it to dude, and I'm just like, "Yeah, I don't want him in your class either."
Yep.
Anyway, let's see, where was I? Contemplating quitting. Zeke is an intelligent yet rebellious student repeating his senior year. Zeke sells, among other illegal items, a powdery ecstasy-like substance that he distributes hidden in ballpoint pens. The drug is called scat.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. You gotta wonder, like the writing process, like, yeah, well, scat sounds a good idea. It's like, I wouldn't think that would be a good idea for a drug name, but okay, all
Yeah,
right.
God no. And then like it's gonna be a little gross, like people that I don't like the king shame, but like my favorite joke is this one thing about how some dudes like, yeah, I met this girl. She said she was in a scat, and I thought she was all about ski dabba doo ba dabba da.
No.
I'm like, but now I looked it up. And she like, no.
Yeah, the scat.
It's one of
It's
my
when
favorite
you.
jokes, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a horrifying experience, even when I discovered what it actually meant, and kind of very curious how they kind of got away with that '98 for that fucking movie, dude.
Yeah, it's like, yo, what the hell?
Yeah.
All right, so this drug. We let's see. We cut to Mr. Tate heading to the faculty lounge. There we see other teachers and staff hanging around. Mr. Furlong, which is John Stewart's character, and
Yeah.
that's another Terminator 2 reference, just for names and all that stuff. He keeps trying to flip her, and there's Harper who has a cold. He eventually gets fed up and says, "Maybe I should just put a pen in my eye." Foreshadowing. Uh,
Foreshadowing.
And then he notices the coach drinking a lot of water. Then the coach looks at Mrs. Olson and mentions she's looking very pretty today. There's like an eerie sense of them only paying attention to each other. She smiles.
Mhm.
And then all the teachers like, yo, what the hell? What's going on? Like they're drinking a lot of water over there. He's confronted by oh, right. Then we go back to Zeke, who's eventually confronted by Miss Burke,
Mhm.
who expresses concern for him over selling his illegal or wait, for his illegal activities, and how he was like selling stuff out of his truck, and he was like selling tapes to two dudes, and he's like, "Yeah, this got Nev Campbell, and I forget who else he mentioned. It was like Full Frontal, bro. He's got like, I was
Yeah.
like, Jesus. So then he sells him that, and then they just run off, and then that's when she comes up to him to his car. He's like, it's not right that you're doing this and selling, these things on public property. And then he's like, I'm on my car. This is my property.
Property.
But anyway, then we cut to naive transfer student Mary Louise Hutchinson befriending some self-styled outcasts outside of the school as she's walking in. Fun fact again, this character, Mary Beth Louise Hutchinson, gets named by full name every time she's in a
Yes.
scene or just in general. It's so like goofy. Um,
Southern Belle kind of vibe to it.
yeah. And then what is it? Let's see. And then I guess she runs it to Stokely. And then they start talking just a little bit, and then about how there was like a deliberate like rumor spread that she was a lesbian, even though she has a crush on Stan. But like I saw this kind of like a fun fact thing, but I wasn't too sure about including it. Clea Duvall, like in real life, she actually is a
Yes, she
lesbian.
is. Yes, she is.
And then somebody had put a fun fact of like she's a lesbian actress portraying a non-lesbian that's got rumors about being a lesbian to
Lesbian.
rates. I was like, what the fuck? Like that's a weird way to word it, but anyway, yeah, that was a rumor in the school, and she did have a crush on Stan, which I thought was like weird, like
Yeah.
but whatever, I guess. Movies. Um, let's see, and then Mary Beth has a crush on Zeke, which he eventually likes her back after they smooch
hmm
and hiding in a room. Let's see. And then we cut to Casey on the field, the football field, because I think he was on his lunch or something.
Yes.
And then the coach just scares the crap out of him. I was like, "We're doing him on field." Well, not like that, but And then I think he doesn't try to encourage him to like he should like join the team, but then he says something about he doesn't see the point of like why are we being chased or something like that.
Yeah. Elijah Wood's character kind of makes the reference like, why run, why being chased? Which, fun fact about me, when I saw the film for the first time, I totally thought he picked up a fry, like a food, like a fry or whatever, something like that first with the embryo, whatever this is, the alien thing. But Elijah Wood's character is kind of like this weird photographer, and in that scene, you kind of see he's trying to like have wisdom with the coach. Like, why should I run from this? Why should I, do this when it's all for sport? That kind of shit too. So
Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. And then we got Casey finding a strange creature on the football field. Takes to the science teacher, Mr. Furlong, John Stewart,
Mhm.
who believes it's a new species of cephalopod specific parasite called the Mesozoan. Delilah and Casey. Oh, whoa, man, my notes I cut off way too far. Yeah. So then they take it to Mr. Furlong, and then if I recall, he's just like poking at it, checking it out, and it's like dehydrated, so it's like not
what's in the
moving.
water?
And then when the students get closer, it's I think Klee and Gabe argue with each other
Mhm.
about something, and then they end up knocking the water on top of that cephalopod thing. So it like brings it back to life, and then he's like, "Yo, what the hell?" So then he like takes it, puts it in their fish tank thing, and it just starts swimming and
Mhm.
whatnot. And he's like putting a glove on to double check it because then like these like tentacles come out of it, and then it duplicates before it bites him, right?
Yeah, before it bites him, then he double checks, and that's when the scene happens where I love the fact he puts his white glove on, trying to touch the
Yeah.
damn thing.
Yeah,
Protection.
yeah, so let's go teeth. Like, yeah, no shit, but you need a heavier duty glove, my guy. Like, oh, just
Yeah.
ah. So yeah, so all that happens, and then they all disperse. Um, and then we cut to Delilah and Casey, looking around for a story,
Mhm.
for the school paper. I believe Casey finds like the flask from Mr. Tate's like code or something, and then she just downplays like, "Oh, we already talked about that. Nobody
But
cares."
nobody cares about it at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I think they found the pills that belong to
Selma Hayek's character,
some
the
high. Oh
girls.
yeah, there was some high. So yeah,
Yeah.
because she had a cold and whatever that she was complaining about earlier. And so then they hear footsteps, so they freak out and they go hide in the closet. Teehee. Uh, and then they witness Coach Willis and Mrs. Olson just hanging out, whatever. And then eventually, Nurse Harper, Salma Hayek character, comes in, and then they eventually like surround her. And Casey and Delilah are still like in the closet, just watching all this happen, just like, yo, what's going on? Blah blah blah.
That weird sniff scene with
Oh yeah, that
yeah.
was weird, dude. Yeah, yeah. Fucking Elijah Wood's character goes up to Laura Brewster's character, and he just takes a nice good whiff of her after they're kind of flirty and shit, but like just like
He's
like
like,
damn it, damn it,
oh.
yeah, like damn it, Frodo, do that shit in the Shire. Um, this is pre Frodo Baggins, by the way.
Yes, yes.
Um, this is before he got his big break. So then yeah, they witness both of them corner Mrs. Harper. Then they force her on top of a bench and lay her down so that the coach, you can see him like put the parasite in her ear. You see
Mhm.
her bleeding and all that. They're freaking out. They find Mrs. What's her name? Mrs. Brummel's body while they're in the closet. That's what freaks them out because it falls over and she's dried as a raisin.
Well, it's very much a good plot point too, because it kind of gives you a foreshadowing that, without saying too much, that the parasite does need kind of younger bodies, so to say. So
Yeah. Because oh right, I forgot these two notes. They do mention that they see Miss Harper as a better host because of Mrs. Brummel's body. Like she was too old and shriveled up,
yeah,
so they needed somebody younger. No, I just realized I forgot that scene. Wasn't
the
there
shower
a
scene.
yeah? There was the shower scene with Stan. Because what's his face? Casey was being picked on, and then he was just talking to Stan, and then Stan just went to the shower, and you just see like these weird, like bubbled up, like gross feet walking towards him and shit, and he's got soap in his eye. Like, Casey, is that you?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, like at
Yeah,
that
he's so
point,
not.
it might be fucking eyes, man.
Right, so it's okay. And then yeah, then you see Mrs. Brummel or whatever that Mrs. Brummel is like holding him and like isn't she saying something about like she's so thirsty or some shit or something
Yes.
like that? Yeah, and then like he's like holding her and shit, and I'm just like, that's weird, bro. You naked, you holding a
Hmm.
lady, and then
Yeah, I'm
like
about to say, take me into your fucking arms.
a young whippersnapper, and then yeah, he like brushes up against her hair, and then like a whole chunk falls out,
Yeah.
and then she just keels over. And then they're in the office. There you go. Yeah, they're in the office, and Mrs. Olsen's explaining to them that that Ms. Brummel has cancer and this and that, and she's not taking to like the medication that she's on. And she keeps saying, "Are we understood?" And she keeps saying it to Casey, and
Mm.
Casey sees the coach in the field with the sprinklers going off, and he just standing there like
Yeah.
he's just looking at him. He's just like moving his camera. He's like, "I'm gonna." Are we understood? Are we understood? Are we understood? Yeah, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
But yeah, sorry to backtrack, but yeah. So then we come forward to them witnessing all that shit happening. Casey and Delilah flee after being found in the closet. They run to Principal Drake. Again, that's why I said like counting kills here is kind
It's
of
kind of
tricky.
difficult too,
Yeah,
yeah.
because some people die, but it's not like really known until later on because of everyone being taken over and stuff. We could definitely count Miss Brummel's dead
Yes.
because they found the body and then whatever tried taking over, it just didn't work. Um, Drake and Mr. Tate, who asked them what's wrong, and they begin to explain that they need to leave. They look back, and Harper has already been taken over, and then Coach and Mrs. Olsen come out as well. They run off, and Delilah lets Casey slip and fall and bust his shit. And he's like, Delilah, wait! Delilah! Delilah! And then he just happens to get up and just runs his merry ass way out of the place too. Let's see. We cut to Casey calling the cops, and then he goes back with his mother and father. And then that's why I put my note. Yo, is Daddy Shooter McGavin?
Oh,
He eats pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
piece of shit for breakfast.
And then yeah, so with the police, they walk back into the lounge, to find and show the body, but it's been obviously swapped out with a CPR dummy to make
Yeah.
him look crazy, and his claims are dismissed like immediately. And then they're trying to talk about him like, "Are you on drugs?" and blah 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 while they're there. And then I believe Burke asks one of the officers to talk
Call.
privately and
Yeah.
shit. Then you hear like a bang and like, oh, they're fucking gone now. And
Hmm.
then Mrs. Burke goes up to his mom, is like, "Oh, if you want, you can speak privately." And he's like, "No, let's go home."
Yeah, they haven't seen, yeah, something like that. And it's funny because you go to the scene next where he's at his house and his father, Shane McGavin, and the mother are going to his room talking about having him discuss you
Oh
know,
yeah, I'm gonna get to that.
getting psychiatric help, all that kind of shit too.
Yeah, they're trying to like, "Oh, we should give you a good doctor, like some medication and blah blah blah." So then, yeah, back at home, they begin to take away all his things: no phone, no internet,
No music.
no music, and they go, "No porno." That's under his bed. That's under his bed. And let's see. After they leave, he tries. Oh wait, no, yeah. Man, my notes are a little bit jumbled. Sorry, y'all.
You're fine.
Um. Oh yeah. So then the funny fact of like the dirty mags he has under his bed. The cover just says boobs.
Yes, if you look at the background, you can see it says boobs, and I never
Yeah, it's
heard
just
of a
boobs.
porno
And then
mag.
it's funny because then like when his dad takes out the magazines, he's like, no more flogging the bishop."
Yeah.
But then for TV they censor it more. And they just say no more fantasy sessions.
Yes.
But anyway, after that, after getting all his things taken away, he starts to collect himself a little bit. Goes on his computer, checks out some things, and then he decides, I gotta sneak out. I gotta find Delilah. I'm assuming that's what he was thinking.
Yeah.
And so as soon as he like gets out on like out of his window by his roof, he sees three of the staff members just standing there. I believe it's Mr. Tate, the coach, and Mrs. Olson.
Yes.
And so he like panics and then he loses his balance. He falls.
Which is a fucking hilarious scene, by the
Yeah.
way.
And then he falls like, no, and he's like crawling away. I'm like, this is his pre-panic before he got to the death rates.
Yeah.
They're called, or I forget. Don't crucify me. I haven't watched extended edition Lord of the Rings in a while. But anyway, so then we cut to his dad actually like saving him last minute. He just like freaked out. He's like, 'cause they weren't there after all. But the one thing that I find funny is like, come on, son, get in the house.
Yeah, yeah. And he still has a porno mag in the
He still has a
fucking
porno
hand.
mag in his hand. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you literally just took that. Like, you should have get whatever. And then we see his mom close the blinds, and that's it. Then obviously the next day, Casey tells Delilah, Stan, and Stokely he believes the teachers are being controlled by aliens.
Hmm.
So then they're going on about that, and he's like, "What the fuck? Like, are you serious?" They're all giving him shit about it because I believe a little bit my notes. I believe previously he went up to Stokely first, right? And they were in
Yes.
the library, and like Stokely's like a big Trekkie, like sci-fi nerd,
And
and
horror nerd too across the board, man.
yeah, and talked about all the potential things that it could be, what's going on, and then she mentioned like Invasion of the Body Snatchers and all that kind of stuff, which was like really like there it is.
Message.
Yeah. And then then eventually they meet Stokely and they take him into Furlong's classroom where they had the sample thing in that fish tank. But
Yes.
by the time they get there, it's not there. It's empty. They're like, shit. Well, maybe he sent
Stuff
it
the
to
university.
yeah, to get it studied. Meanwhile, we got Mary Louise Elizabeth, whatever the fuck her name, her full name.
Yeah. Southern
with
Belle.
Zeke. Yeah, with Southern Belle with Zeke. He's doing a little shopping in the storage room to make more. I hate calling it scat
Yeah.
because he's a low supply.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
funny looking back, like just the sheer fact of how words have changed meaning. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm never gonna get over the fact of like goon is
Hmm.
no longer like a fun like, oh, you're just a silly little henchman guy. And then
Anymore.
you're not a weird. No, now it's a weird ass degenerate. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to this. So yeah. Anyway, so they're overhearing Casey talking about the whole alien thing and everything. So they get a little smooch really quick. Zeke and the Elizabeth, the girl, And then eventually Zeke goes into the classroom to meet up the rest of them, and he's like pretending, "Oh, my chest!"
Yes.
Just to mess with them. And then eventually, I want to say a little bit after that, Mr. Furlong comes into the room, right?
Yes, sir, baby.
And he calls them out on it, or not calls them out, but they tell him, they're like, "Can you believe like AC really thinks you guys are being taken over by aliens?" And then he actually says, "Well, yeah, we are." And, and so then it breaks out to this big ass fight with all of them and shit. Zeke, man of action, literally goes
Yes.
through that paper cut and just rips that shit off. And as they're fighting, they're having a tussle because Mr. Furlong's strong. Like these parasites give them some extra strength, so it seems. And like he's fucking choking out. Well, I think Casey and Stan is just tossing everybody everywhere.
Yes.
And Zeke is the only one that actually get like some kind of damage, and he cuts his fingers off. And then things fly, and they're fucking jutting around the whole.
Dude, I'd be fucking shitting my pants ever in that situation, dude.
You. Um, yeah. So then eventually, after all that's going on, as I said earlier, foreshadowing, Zeke decides to take one of the scat pens that he has and right into Mr. Furlong's eye. It eventually like it starts leaking a little bit, and then eventually he just freaks the fuck out, and he just convulses and just passes out, like he's
Yeah.
dead. So after that happens, I believe. Oh yeah, they run off and they take one of the fingers that had fallen off of him, and they take it back as a sample just to have proof.
Yes.
They're trying to find out like, yo, who the fuck do we tell? Because as they're going through the school, they feel like everyone else has been taken over because at the same time, a little bit previous to that, a bunch of students were being called by name to be seen by the nurse, which
Mm-hmm.
obviously Miss Harper's infected, and they're all in a line, and she's checking their ears. You can see the Stokey's like peeking around, like, the hell's going on? And then you just see the door just close as their ears are being checked.
The main with the film, for those who don't know, like the main way to get I guess infected, if you want to call it that, or assimilated, is transferring of the parasite to the ear of a host.
Your ear holes.
Yes.
So then they discover that these things need water to survive. Hence, why they had mentioned why Mrs. Brummel was weak and
Some high quality H2O.
yeah. Oh god, that is an Adam Sandler connection. I'll get
Yes,
more
it
on that
is.
later because Christopher McDonald and John Stewart both worked with him actually. That would be funny if he made a cameo. Anyway,
I mean, yes, just a fucking water boy in the motel.
what's wrong with H2O?
That's my point. Whoa.
Starts fucking everybody up.
Yeah.
So they discovered that it needs water to survive and be killed by scat because it's revealed to be raw powdered caffeine, as caffeine acts to dehydrate the user. The aliens are hypersensitive to hydration of both themselves and the host, which is why humans are great because you're like 90% water.
Yes.
Stay thirsty.
This is
So
my friends.
so then they all run to Zeke's place because he puts them all in the car because then now they're noticing like the students are catching on that they're not one of us. So then they get to his house and then I feel kind of bad for the mouse. So they take that sample, that finger sample, whatever, and he's like checking it and stuff because Zeke's smart but rebellious,
Yeah.
fun kind. And they start, hello, how's it going? And so they start experimenting and checking on the effects of like the water and stuff on that little sample.
Yes.
So then he takes that sample and he gives it to his rat, which eventually you see the tentacles like
That
jut
shitty
out.
CGI comes out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
terrible CGI, by the way. Not this time, terrible CGI goes out and like grabs the mouse and it goes into its ear, and then he eventually just fucking just like nothing's like, sorry,
Snack, dude.
snaps his fucking neck, and then the next thing you just see its fucking guts like splayed out, and then he he cuts out the parasite, and then he checks it again, and then he puts the scat on it after that, right? Just to
Yes.
see that it shrivels up, and that's how they learned that the scat is good to take it out. And so the one fun scene here is taking a page out of what is
The
it?
thing.
The Thing. He makes everybody do it. They're like, yo, if if you're human, this won't affect you. So everybody take a hit. And so they all start doing it. First off with Casey, he's like, "I never done drugs before," or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then he takes it. He starts fucking tweaking balls. It's goofy. It's the goofiest
It's
shit.
like the typical, like, like Dare drug commercials
Oh
where
my
he's a
god,
little
yeah.
kid. Like, don't do drugs or you can be like this. And it's just the overplayed,
Oh yeah.
like, character where it's his first time doing any sort of like illegal substance, and it's just like the laughing and like the tweaking part just cringe as
Yeah.
fuck, but it's awesome, dude.
Yeah, then he started talking shit about like later on. They started talking shit about the. She's always such a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then like Stokely does it eventually. Oh no, wait, no, it's him, then Stan, and then Zeke does it, and then Stokely and Delilah are arguing with each other, right? And then was it Stokely? I think yeah, they were arguing with each other for a bit.
Yeah, because they couldn't decide like because Southern Belle called that she said she had allergy to aspirin, I
There you
think.
go.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
film,
allergy to
and
aspirin.
yeah, and then you have the person saying she's not infected and that kind of shit. Yeah, hell yeah, dude, great
Yeah, it
scene.
was a fun scene. Yeah,
And then you see him do it back, then shit goes south immediately, like a red herring, so to say, with the school
Delilah.
reporter, Delilah, yes, because that crazy ass effect, starts to happen
Yeah,
on her face.
yeah, because then it turns out she was infected the entire time.
Yes.
So that when that was pointed out, Stokely or they made Casey shoot her, but he was like too chicken shit to do it. So then Stokely went for it. She fucking missed everything.
Yeah, which is
And
hilarious.
yeah, I
Like
was like, bro, you're
every
not that smart.
shot, just fucking like that. She destroys the whole entire laboratory, the whole setup.
Yeah. So all the scat goes down the drain, metaphorically. Uh, so yeah, so their supply is cut super short because a little bit previous to that scene, you see a car coming. And
Yeah.
you're like, all right, is he gonna come out and like fuck shit up or what's going on? No. Eventually, like, as it says, Delilah was revealed to be part of the infected. So then she runs the fuck out that bitch, smashing through the fucking doors.
Yeah, dude, like a crazy, insane,
Yeah,
like Jesus Christ, for one person?
yeah, and then she gets into the fucking car. I don't think it was Mr. Tate was the driver, I think.
Yes,
And
yes.
then they drive off. Um, so then they all, try to regroup themselves and think about like shit, like we're really low on supply now. Like it's gonna be really hard for me to make any more of this stuff. There's got to be more. And then they start speculating, like, or they were speculating, like, in terms of this, the best way to take this out would be like to find the queen or something. Because again,
Yes.
she was all the side
Hive
parts.
mind mentality. You got to
Hive
find
mind
the hive, the queen
mentality.
of the hive, the whole 9 yards, etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
Um. So yeah, they run off to I think the school, right?
Yeah, because the big, epic, huge football game. I didn't know football towns had pyrotechnics and shit for a fucking game, mind you, but yes.
Yeah. So that goes on, and they think like, all right, cool. I believe at the time they're thinking that it was the principal that would be the
Yes.
queen at the time. So they are able to get her aside, tie her up, and then let me see. Yeah, so oh yeah. So acting on Stokely's speculation that killing the alien coon will revert everyone to normal, the group returns to the school where their football team is playing and infecting opposing players. Because you
Hmm.
see all the hey, just like last episode, the dog piles of these men.
Stop out! Stop out!
Might have to get a shirt of that or something just as
Dude,
like
fuck yeah, man, we have to.
dog pile. Yeah, they start dogpiling like the opposing team every time they tackle someone, and then they start, putting the little cephalopods or the little, baby versions of their parasites into the opposing players, thus assimilating them.
Yes.
Um, let's see, and then they're believing that Drake may be the queen. They isolate her in the gym, and like they tie her up and stuff, and she's like, "What are you doing?" Blah blah blah. And then they start thinking, "What if we're wrong, bro? What if this isn't it?" Blah 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 blah. And then I think Zeke shoots her in the head,
Yes, shoot her in the head, which
and then
you're
she
like,
starts bleeding out. And they're like, "Oh fuck, we fucked up. Like maybe she's not it." Blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, like a couple of seconds after that, she gets right back up. You see all the parasites just start crawling out of that
yep.
wound, like a shit ton of them. So then he's like, "Eh." I throw the
So
powder
the
in her face. And
whole the
yeah.
whole fucking
Oh
supply is
yeah,
like that
that's
idiot.
right. They had a contraption with like of like this much
Yes.
In there. And it was Elizabeth too, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah. So then she fucking threw the whole thing. She's like, I panicked. And so yeah, so eventually the principal dies, and she just shrivels up and dries up like a California raisin.
Now she's truly dead at that point. Like, mind you, she died, but now she's dead.
Because yeah, like we said at the beginning of the movie, she got stabbed multiple times, but she's right there.
Yes, she is.
All right. So then they believe that okay, well maybe that's not it. Maybe it's the coach.
Yeah.
So we got to get the coach, and they're seeing the game going on. Stan volunteers to go like stop him because after they had killed her, it starts raining. That's like
how convenient.
How convenient and shit. And so he sees the coach just out there, and
it's the team and the coach. That was a really scary scene when I saw that first time. Just they're outside looking all fucking stoic, and
yeah,
you see the lightning happen. You see their faces with the alien, then all the tentacles off their faces.
yeah,
dude.
yeah. That was so weird to me. I'm like, is it that you could see through their bodies now, or what the fuck? Like,
yeah, those were the
like what, like.
Well, then also his ass walking up to the coach, not seeing that they're all staying outside. Like, I would have been gone, dude.
So then we cut to like we said, Stan confronts the coach and the team to see if the plan worked out. But again, damn it, my notes again. A little bit before that, they start planning out. Like Secret Dance Move said, I was gonna bring that up at the end. They had said that they were gonna try to remake this, but that was like last year, and like there's been a deal like signed or whatever, but it hasn't like gone through completely. But anyway, to cut back, there's the part where they start thinking about like, oh yeah, maybe the coach is the main guy. So they begin to think, all right, well we gotta go get him. So then Stan volunteers to go out there, and as he's about to go out there, Stokely grabs him and gives him a little smooch. She's like, I don't want to not live and not know what that felt like. Anyway,
the goth girl gets her keys. I'm
goth, but I like the jack. Whatever. Bullshit. But yeah, so anyway, he runs out there. Like again, like me and Tom were like, what the fuck? Like he just runs out there and he sees, that they're all infected and they're doing some weird shit, getting the water. And Stan just stands there.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you see him like come back to the group because they barricaded themselves in the gymnasium area. So we got Elizabeth, Stokely, Casey, and Zeke.
Yes.
All just watching the door, and then he comes back and they're like, "Yo, where's the scat? Where's the scat at?" I was like, I dropped it. I'm just like bullshit. And then and then they try to be like, "Fuck, we're low." I'm like,
that was the last one they had in first, like they had on hand at that point.
Yeah, the last one that they had on hand. Zeke's like, "Take it then," and he puts it under. He's like, "Yeah, I'll do it inside. Just come on, open the door. They're after me." And then I think they keep asking him some more shit, and then eventually he goes. And he's like, and then he's like, "Fuck!
Yeah, fucking dumped it out, man. God damn it!"
Like, damn it, they got him too. And then they gotta block the door. Oh yeah. Damn, I forget what scene that guy was in. I know it might be in my fun facts. I'm not too sure. I forget his name too.
What's that?
The comment from Secret Dance Move. I remember they had the guy from Ain't It Cool News doing a cameo. I'm old enough to remember when site was the cool hangout for horror and sci-fi fans. Yeah, there you go. I think the teacher you're referring to, I think he was the one in the beginning that was talking to Salma, or not talking to, but he was across from Salma Hayek's character, I think.
Yeah, because also that's a dude that I'm pretty sure casted or had helped casted Elijah for Lord of the Rings, right?
Oh yeah, I think that's the same guy. Something Knowles or something. I think it's part of the first that we'll get to in a few. So that happened. They figured out that he turned into it. So then now Zeke and Casey are devising a plan to go get
epic fucking scene, dude.
yeah, to go run for to get some more stuff. So they run out. There you go. Yeah, it
Yes,
is that
yes.
guy. So then they go run out to go get more of the scat. Which I feel kind of bad because when they get closer and closer to the car, Casey tells Zeke, is like, "Did you really need two of us to come get this?" And he's like, "Yeah, one's a diversion." Then he fucking
You.
yeah, so he fucking jets towards his car still, and Casey's still like trying to shake these dudes off and fake them out. Then he gets stuck on a bus.
Yes.
Then it looks like he's about to get totally screwed over.
And Delilah
Delilah
shows
shows up,
up.
and then she starts teasing him about like, you could be one of us, this and that. And then he's freaking out because he's got no way out, and he looks back because all the football players that are infected are surrounding the car, and so one of them fucking smashes their head in, and he's like, "Shit!" So, but then he looks up at the hatch at the top of the bus, so he's able to jump up there and get out, and he just
With
fucking
some
runs.
white boy ass like jumps for some fucking reason too. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and he outruns the fucking team, which is funny. He's like,
yeah,
"Hey, there's that running that he told you about."
yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, he gets trapped on the bus with Delilah just as it looks like he's caught. Football player. Meanwhile, Zeke makes it to his car and desperately looks around for more scat in his trunk, but comes up empty. Realizing he's not alone and looks up from his trunk and sees none other than Miss Burke,
Yep.
Jean Grey.
Hmm.
Let's see. He begins to ask if she's finally there to give one of his drugs a try while he begins to walk around the other side of his car, hoping to find more scat. I fucking hate having to write that so many
Yeah,
times.
I know.
Anyway, in the front seat, he does spot some. Hurriedly, he gets into the driver's seat and tries to escape. She breaks into the passenger side of his best friend's friend. No, anyway,
Yeah.
and he tries to escape. She breaks into the car while he's driving off. He's trying to shake her off. He's fucking turning crazy and shit. She like throws herself in. She's like super close to him and shit, and he just keeps fucking swerving, doing everything
Yeah.
he can. Then he finally devises a plan. As you can see him like putting on a seatbelt, and as he's putting on his seatbelt, he says, "Fuck it." He crashes right into one of the buses. Big ass fucking explosion happens. You see
Yep.
her body fly
Yes.
out.
Just fucking launched to the bus, right back next to the other bus. Dude, hilarious.
Yeah, big ass explosion, goofy as hell. And let me see. This incapacitates her, and you see her body flying. He gets out of the car rather groggy and sees her head with full tentacles
Yes.
walking
Yes.
around, and it's like again more shitty CGI, but again, product of its time. She just like,
Which I gotta reference that later on, like, because a lot of that continuity shouldn't really make sense at all as to her return, but I'll leave it at that
yeah.
for later notes.
And then then you see her body without the head just like reaching. Like, where are you? And then like it's just like the head's crawling towards the body, and I feel like he was just there's like,
Fuck this, man.
I don't want to waste no more ammo. I'm going back. So then he runs back. At the gym, Mary Beth talks to Stokely about how much happier Stan looked, and maybe it wasn't so bad to be taken by the aliens. Maybe it's better than being an outcast and alone. Mary Beth then proceeds to punch Stokely right out of her seat.
Plot twist.
But yeah, it's coming. Casey happens to make it back to the gym in time to meet back with Stokely. The camera then goes back to Elizabeth, who is seen hovering, I believe it was hovering, and has a long tentacle arm, thus revealing herself to be the alien queen. It is then explained how earlier on she faked taking the drug when they were all doing the drug testing. Like
Yeah.
her powers or whatever were able to like
Block off her nostrils.
And what is it? Her pinky finger turned into a tentacle and unscrewed.
Yeah,
the
they
bottom.
dropped off the bottom.
Yeah. Then Casey and Stokely flee to the swimming pool, which I'm just like,
Yeah, it was like decisions
like-
were just not made well in this fucking movie.
not to talk shit because this is the hot topic right now. Why would you throw somebody near an ocean when that's like their power? The boys.
That was good. Yes, yes, yes.
That
was good.
What the fuck right now?
Yeah.
But really quick with the boys, if they would have followed the comic, I think people would have been more pissed. Butcher killing everyone off himself.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this. Casey and Stokely flee to the swimming pool where Stokely's injured when Elizabeth in a true alien form grabs and slams her hard.
Dude, that fucking scene was brutal, man.
I was like, my nose. causing her to bleed profusely from her nose. Casey's able to pull her out of the water when she's almost bitten by the large alien. Like I'm just like, she threw her down, dragged her, and somehow she was able to survive. Like at some point, like you don't really see it, but it's like I know she got infected,
Yes, yes.
but they don't really make it that obvious. And at the same time, like how the fuck is Casey just so? Let me run over and grab this thing and just pull her out. Like
Well, he
that was
kept slipping on the fucking tiles the whole
yeah,
entire time too. It's like it's just very nonsensical, but it's
yeah,
just a very
and
funny
it's
in
so
some way
it was so
too.
easy. But explanation on that in a little bit. They both let's see. He pulls her out after she's almost bitten. They both run off to the locker room areas and hide. Zeke eventually makes it to them to the locker room, to which he encounters Stokely, telling him to watch out for Elizabeth, who's just
Hmm.
patiently waiting around the corner, naked.
Fun ass naked too.
What ass
Yeah.
naked? After Stokely tries attacking Zeke due to turning out to be infected too. Oh, there you go. That's why it was so easy for her to come out. Casey pulls her away and locks her into an area of the locker rooms. Zeke and Casey hide in the locker rooms. But Zeke makes him take the drug again because he's like, no, fuck this. I
Yeah.
left, and more of you people are fucking infected. Take this shit right now. At the back of my head, I'm like, is he gonna trip out really hard now? Because
Yeah, dude. Fucking
no,
just have tweaking shit more, right?
yeah, it's like, oh no, I'm used to it, bro. Like, no, fuck off. Like, I was expecting him to tweak out more than what was going on, because like he's a good kid. He doesn't
Yeah,
do
he's a good boy, a good time boy.
good time boy. But
Yeah.
yeah, makes him take the drug again in an effort to weed out, him being an alien as well. He is clearly tired of this shit, and I do not blame him.
Hmm.
After a short time of both of them running around to hide in the locker room area, Zeke is tossed and knocked out. Casey takes the few pens of scat that Zeke had on him in an effort to try to take Elizabeth out himself. He's tweaking due to the bump he did earlier. I did say that.
Yeah.
Shortly thereafter, Mary Beth reverts to her human disguise. Then I thought it was kind of neat how like she was walking in her human form, but then you see like her true form in like the shadows.
Yes.
Like, that's always pretty cool. She starts explaining taking over Earth because of her planet dying, tries to win Casey over by taunting and telling him that he won't be a loser anymore, that he'd be much happier like the others that have been infected and such. Casey eventually makes it out of there and back into the gym. He decides to use the bleachers as a last ditch effort method in trapping the monster.
Yep.
So just as the queen and so the good old bleachers. So I guess
Flaps
some of them
back.
have that mechanism where you hit the button and then they just fold onto themselves. So yeah, he decides to do that as like the last thing. Hits the button, well, waiting until she's within enough range. Then he starts fucking running underneath the bleachers, trying to get her to follow, and she does. She
Yes.
follows him, going fucking duck and diving and shit over and over and over, and then finally the last thing closes in, and I believe, yeah, the mouth is right at his face. I forget. Does she shoot those things into his face
He
before or
he
after?
stabs her in the eye and then she
There you go.
shoots. Yeah.
Yeah, stabs her in the eye with the last three pens of scat, and then she shoots those little pods into
Parasite.
his
Yeah.
face, the parasites into his face to try to control him and all that. But she ends up succumbing to like all the scat dehydrating her, and like it's fucked up, man. Like all that just
That was a cool ass scene though, like with
yeah.
special effects, man, because you have like the black like skin with the paws hanging out, then
Oh
you have
yeah,
her
and
ass
then it just
deteriorating
fucking
too.
popped out like ew.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, thus Casey makes it out alive, and he got the big kill for everybody. Let's see. Oh yeah, right. Just as the queen infects him, he stabs the drug into her eye, killing her and halting his infection. Casey returns to the locker room and finds Stokely and Zeke inside. Double checks. Are you okay? Are you yourself?
Yeah.
Are you? Ah! Whatever. So then we fast forward to 1 month later. Everyone's returned to normal. Stan and Stokely, who's got ready for Goth Image, fucking poser.
About to
Are not
say
good.
she's now happy now.
Yeah, Zeke is thinking. The problem in the room, Zeke has taken Stan's not this isn't the problem. Zeke has taken Stan's place on the football team, while Miss Burke affectionately watches
Yep.
him practice.
Mm-hmm.
Some weird, creepy teacher student shit that just would not fly in any kind of movie nowadays.
Well,
That's like
dude, there was a Reddit post that was trying to justify like he got held back, so technically maybe the same age, whatever. But like, no, that's
no,
still
what the fuck? Get out of
yeah,
here.
yeah. Like it's still underage or like not consensual
Yeah,
kind of thing, you
no.
know?
These creepers rooting for creeps is weird, man. Again,
Yeah,
bring it
man.
back to the boys. Everybody getting mad that Homelander and the Deep didn't win. I'm like, they're terrible, disgusting people, but I mean, you do you, man. Just
Yeah.
stay away from any schools and any women. Um, so yeah. Anyway, that's the big problem I feel, and it's
hmm
funny too because like I said, Jensen said that she's never watched the movie because of the fate her character has, and I'm like guessing like, well, with that, I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't want to be part
I
of that
wouldn't
shit.
watch it either. Yeah.
Let's see. So that. Oh yeah, and I put it's Chris Hansen. Have a seat.
Now, why don't you have a seat?
Yeah,
Why don't
have
you
a
have a
seat.
seat?
Then Delilah, no longer vindictive, is now dating Casey, who is considered a local hero. As various
Yeah.
media news outlets revealed the attempted alien invasion is now public knowledge, even as the FBI denies it. He's in like
hmm
Time Magazine and all this other shit. But yeah, that was the entire movie. With the faculty. It was a fun watch. I highly recommend it. I still have to buy it.
Cult classic. It's a good film. Just relive this '90s nostalgia. But one of my favorite like sci-fi horror films of all time.
Yeah, it was a fun one. And now that brings us to the fun facts. I've scoured the internet, found about 50.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
yeah, I tied a lot of stuff together. All right. So, let's see. I already mentioned the whole thing about the coach, running toward him to Terminator 2 style.
Yes.
My goofy one, the faculty, the
See,
actual phrase, gets said 2 to 3 times in the movie.
no
Like, hey,
shit.
there it is. Yeah, I try to count. And this, let's see. Oh yeah, in the scene where Zeke is giving two students the two fake IDs and scat, we see Casey in a stall, like hiding from when he ate shit the first time, and he's got a nosebleed. How on the wall you'll see a tarantula drawing with Tito and Tarantula, which
Yes.
is actually obvious reference to the band Tito and the Tarantulas that Rodriguez has used and worked with on previous films like Desperado and From Dusk Till
Yes.
Dawn. Script origins: David Wechter and Bruce Kimmel wrote the first draft in 1990, but it wasn't until Scream 1996 that Miramax bought it. Kevin Williamson rewrote it to make it hipper and add new characters, though he didn't direct. Usher Raymond, Usher, the artist,
Yeah. Good old
played the
Usher.
football team captain. This was his film debut before his breakout in She's All That. He would then go on to memorable roles as school DJ in She's All That. Clea Duvall also had a role in the 1999 teen rom-com. The drug test homage, the film's drug test scene pays homage to the blood test in The Thing, 1982. Cult status. While it opened to decent box office, The Faculty became a cult classic for its mix of horror, humor, and 1990s
Yes.
teen culture. Oh, this is my favorite one. Hair messing Hartnett. During a retrospective interview for Halloween H2O, Josh Hartnett acknowledged his controversial hairstyle that could be seen in the
Yep.
film and The Faculty. Both productions hated it, but Hartnett intentionally kept cutting his own hair and messing it to more look like an authentic teen. These antics led to fights with producers and the director of H2O, who wanted him fired.
Fired.
Ultimately, that did not occur. Like, over a haircut, bro? Let's see. Jordana Brewster played cheerleader Delilah in her very first film role. This part was originally written for Charisma Carpenter, who declined it, feeling it
Yes.
was too similar to her Buffy the Vampire Slayer character. Wood's big break. Let's see. Harry J. Knowles, who plays the non-speaking Mr. Knowles, who we just mentioned, told Elijah Wood about The Faculty and encouraged him to audition. Wood, who had never read The Lord of the Rings, also went to audition for that, that's what I meant, and later became famous for playing Frodo in Peter Jackson's adaptation. Let's see. Kevin Williamson was originally tasked with directing the film as well, but he decided to spend more time on writing and directing, teaching Mrs. Tingle. The director role went to Robert Rodriguez. You might know Rodriguez from directing Dusk Till Dawn, Spy Kids, and Planet Terror. Marco Beltrami composed the score for the film. He also composed for Scream and Joyride, among many others. Despite being a large draw for audiences of The Faculty, um, yeah, like I said, she said she's never watched it. In an interview from 2016. Though set in Ohio, fictional town of Harrington was filmed in various parts of Austin. Zeke drives a Pontiac GTO, 1970. By the end of the film, Zeke is the only one not affected by the alien parasites.
Hmm.
There are several connections and homages to John Carpenter's The Thing. Like you mentioned, Mr. Furlong's severed fingers attacking the students, Mrs. Burke's severed head walking around uh,
Yep.
on its own, mimicking scenes from the film, and then when the teens take turns, proving they're not infected. Let's see. I mentioned the Terminator 2 stuff. Uh, Tommy Hilfiger provided clothing for the filming of the
They
faculty.
did. Yep. They fucking did.
The team cast of the film were featured in TV commercials for Tommy Jeans, which ran around the same time as the film.
Yeah.
Here we go. Clips from the faculty were used in the music video for Class of '99's cover of Pink Floyd's "Another Brick in the
Brick in
Wall."
the wall.
Another video for the Class of '99's "Another Brick in the Wall" too featured fresh footage of Elijah, Clea Duvall, Jordana Brewster, and Sean Hatosi, with everyone but Clea Duvall lip syncing to the lyrics. The song was featured on motion picture soundtrack. Opening weekend, it landed at number 5 at the box office, and it earned 11.6 million. It went on to gross 40.3 million in the U.S., 63.2 million worldwide, with a budget of 15 million. Makes The Faculty a moderate commercial success. The film has both a Rotten Tomatoes rating of 55% and audience score of 55%. Faculty was nominated for 8 awards, including a Saturn Award for Best Horror Film. However, it did not win any nominations.
Yeah.
A lot of the film was done in the high school in Lockhart, Texas. The football team was used. The city was told to show up for the football game and were given fake T-shirts to wear in the stands. It's been since torn down. There's been a new school built.
Yes. Yes.
Tina Rodriguez at around the 10-minute mark is the tattooed girl whom Mary Beth asks where the office is. Is the director Robert Rodriguez's sister. Gillian Anderson turned down the role of Valerie Drake. Let's see. And then this is a weird one. Several scenes involved an additional character named Venus, played by Kidada Jones, were shown in TV previews for the film as well as Tommy Hilfiger commercials, but cut from the film. She's also visible in the scene in the theatrical release standing next to Gabe in Mr. Furlong's science class when they're looking at the specimen. Apparently, Principal Drake gets her name from the Drake equation, which is used to estimate how much intelligent life there is in the universe. Jessica Alba auditioned for the role of Delilah Prophet.
No shit.
Yeah, I was like, what? It's crazy. In exchange for product placement, this film for clother Tommy Hilfiger's fashion line, the teams from the movie's cast appeared together in a commercial and print ad campaigns for Tommy Hilfiger throughout 1998. At around the 43 minutes in the scene when students are being called to the principal's office, one name is Thomas Nix. In reality, Tommy Nix is one of the directors Robert Rodriguez's friends from college. He helped Rodriguez with his second feature, Road Racers. Oh yeah, Robert Rodriguez casted both Hartnett and Elijah Wood in Sin City.
So did.
This is Josh Hartnett's second feature film. This one was funny. At around 13 minutes, the printed sign of the faculty lounge taped next to the wall of water bottle says the floggings will continue until morale improves. Oh yeah, then this one was weird. The official score from Mark Beltrami was released for the first time in 2023. This revealed that several tracks from the film had been hastily retooled to be used in Halloween H2O.
Wow.
Was hired to finish the music after John Ottoman was fired. Most prominently, the track "Offensive Coach" is used repeatedly in H2O. H2O was released just 4 months prior to The Faculty, which debuted on Christmas Day. Oh yeah, then they're here at 36 minutes. After Christopher McDonald's character, Mr. Connor, wishes Robert Patrick's Coach Willis good luck with the football game, Patrick shoots at McDonald with his hand. This is an homage to Donald's famous Shooter McGavin character.
Yes.
Maribeth says she comes from Atlanta and speaks with a southern accent. In real life, Laura Harris is actually Canadian.
Yeah.
Maribeth always pronounces her name by full name. Bill Paxton was considered for the part of the coach.
Yes, he was.
The film takes place from September to October 1998. Sherilyn Fenn was Rodriguez's first choice for Elizabeth Burke. Summer Phoenix and Christopher McDonald were both cast in SLC Punk, one of my personal favorite movies. The same year. Great movie. Oh yeah, when Mary Beth is walking around the lockers all naked, is a homage to the scene where Vicky Carpenter is walking around the lockers all naked in Hello Mary Lou prom night too. Both Jon Stewart and Christopher McDonald have worked with Adam Sandler. Let's see. The high school band in the football scene from high school band football scene from Austin High School in Austin, Texas, which is but it was the same high school George W. Bush's daughters attended.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to read do you have my notes up there?
Well, so I have just the ones you screen capped to me, but I still have an issue. I had an issue opening the file
Right.
up. Yeah.
Oh, all right. So then I'll just read the rest of this.
Yeah.
The film's cover of Another Brick in the Wall, parts 1 and 2, are performed by a band called Class of '99. The band was a supergroup made up of members from prominent '80s and '90s rock bands, including members of Alice in Chains, Rage Against the Machine, and Jane's Addiction. Pretty killer lineup. The band was formed exclusively to record the covers for the soundtrack and disbanded immediately.
Yeah, after it was
release.
done.
Like, yo, this is badass. All right, see you. All right, and so now with my notes, a newer little addition is talking about like the villains or the monsters or the creatures of the movies, and, like, dissecting them and like talking about like their powers and their goals and that kind of stuff. So the villains and powers. Their alias would be aliens because they never really say what these things are actually called. They never really say the name of their home planet or any of that kind of shit. So it's like, okay, wing it. Types of hostile species. They're parasitic aliens.
Parasites, yes.
The aliens are aquatic creatures, although they are also able to live out of water if they hydrate regularly. Much like insects, they have queens and are connected telepathically to her, meaning that if she dies, all the other aliens die too. The queens are much bigger than their progeny and a lot more monstrous. So yeah, like everyone else was infected, kind of had some extra strength, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Until Elizabeth came with her big ass tentacle and just walloped the fuck out of Stokely.
Yeah.
Abilities: controlling humans through parasitism, multiplying, limited
Get a parasite, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Swimming, immense physical strength, only from the queen, like I just said. The most notable ability is to control humans by entering their ears. When they control humans, they apparently conserve their memories, but their personality change completely. For example, a shy and inhibited person becomes more outgoing and outspoken, and a brash and domineering person becomes more understanding and compassionate. Which they also kind of mentioned that too when they were trying to pick at each other.
Yeah.
Like, did you notice like they were more like blah blah blah? Like, well, what about you? You haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When they're picking at Stan, they're like, Mister, I'm the football team captain. Now all of a sudden I want to worry about my school.
Bookworm, yeah.
You fucking bookworm, and then they wanted to shoot him. The aliens are also able to duplicate themselves when in contact with water. They possess limited shapeshifting abilities. They're also practically immortal since they can survive even if they're cut into pieces, like we mentioned Furlong when they Zeke sliced his fingers off.
Yeah.
And then like they kind of multiplied it in the way too. Even in human hosts, they possess impressive regenerative powers. They're able to reattach the host's limbs and heads. They're cut and also survive bullets, which we saw with Miss Burke flying across the fucking car. In addition, the aliens are excellent swimmers. The queens are much more powerful than the aliens. They're able to give birth to many aliens simultaneously, and they possess greater shape-shifting abilities. They may change their size and turn into human, as we saw with, Elizabeth. Queens also have colossal strength. Again, Elizabeth. Weaknesses. The aliens cannot survive without water, therefore they constantly need to hydrate when they control humans. If their host is too old or ill, Ms. Brummel, it eventually dies from dehydration, but the more notable weaknesses are diuretic drugs, which are lethal for them. Scat.
Yeah.
The alien's worst weakness, they have a telepathic connection with their queen. If she dies, they all die. And then I'm going to go through the members / victims of the aliens. So we got Mary Beth Louise Hutchinson, deceased. She was the queen. Notable hosts that were controlled by the parasite. Stokely, well, formerly. Everyone's formerly. Stokely, Delilah, Stan, Elizabeth, Karen, Olsen, which is like the teacher, I guess.
Yeah.
Rosa Harper, which was the nurse. And then actually deceased was Valerie Drake because they dried her up. And then Edward Furlong, which is actually that's the one thing that I find weird. When I was looking through these notes and stuff and like whatnot, did you sit through like the after credits?
I have not.
Furlong doesn't die. They show, he got stabbed in the eye and shit, right? They
Yeah.
literally show him in a fucking wheelchair. He's got an eye patch. He's like, "Hey guys," he's just got one thumb and it's just all bandaged. I was like, "What?" I'm like,
Wow.
I was like, "How the fuck?"
Wow.
Like, I guess there were only 2 kills. History: the aliens are native to a planet comprised mostly of oceans. Their planet started to die, so one of the queens, Elizabeth, said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go to Earth and take over all y'all
Yeah.
hoes." The queen arrives in a small town in Ohio called Harrington. Begins by infecting the coach of the local high school. Later infects the rest of his colleagues. During the following days, professors get all infected. They infect all the students. They also infected the police. They also try to infect people from other towns during that football game. Because when they were trying to leave too, that by that point the police were infected. When they all ran to with Zeke after fighting for long, they were trying to leave town, but then they saw that whole blockade. They said, "Fuck this," and then they went to his house.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, their crimes: attempted world domination, murder, mass possession, infiltration, and stalking. But their goal was to control every human on Earth.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, that is just about everything I was able to dig up
Absolute
together.
cinema.
Ye- They were able to put together of the faculty, 1998.
Yes.
Like Secret Dance Move mentioned, yeah, there was a thing that I saw that was claiming that they were going to try to remake this. I feel that's stuck in one of those like standstill things. Like they had announced it,
Production hell.
yeah, production hell. They announced it in
Yeah.
2025. Um, I can't even picture what the fuck that's gonna be like with
Yeah.
today's standards. Like, I can't.
Me
I
neither at
feel
all.
it would just be a parody, like not to sound like an old man or a boomer. Um, sorry, Carolina. Imagine if one of the weakness was ska music. Pick it up. Ah! Um, no, man. Like again, not a shit on the younger generation, but I can't with like their new lingo,
Yeah.
canon tax, looks maxing. Uh,
Or farming.
yeah, or yeah, like bro, the queen's aura farming. Did you
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
picture that?
No,
Like,
I
bro,
don't want to picture it at all.
we got
That's
we
just
gotta take her out, dog. This shit's got to be straight busted.
makes my asshole cringe, put it that way. So I don't want to think about that one, dude.
I know all the dudes will have that fucking broccoli ramen hairdo.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck.
And
That's what it
you
is.
can you can't differentiate them, or that's how they get infected. Everyone
Yeah.
just turns into one of the broccoli heads. It's like you ever seen the show Ugly Americans?
I have not.
No, oh my god, it's an old it's an old show. I think it was on Adult Swim Cartoon Network, and I forget the name of that CNN guy. It was a really old CNN dude, Larry something. Basically, there was like a virus that turned everybody into him. So yeah, I feel like that's what happened. But yeah, guys, that's again, that's the episode of for today. Um, any last words or any things you want to chime in with there, buddy?
Not at all. But we gotta look out for the next month's episode, which we got a little bit of something going for
Surprise.
that. Yeah, surprise for that. And other than that,
Yeah.
though, I had a blast with today's episode and the movie, dude. So yeah,
Yee. Yeah. Yeah. Next month's episode is gonna be a very interesting one. It's still us, obviously, but we're gonna
yes.
be. Ew, no. No scat music. It's disgusting. Fucking the brown note for like
Yeah.
24 hours. But yeah, anyway, yeah, next episode is gonna be pretty interesting. A small change of pace per se. A little more interactive, I guess, on our parts.
Yes.
And yeah, and then yeah, all the stuff we got coming up. I launched my merch.
Yes.
Last show, it's still up there. Obviously, you can go get your t-shirts, your stickers. Working on getting some 3D prints related stuff for our merch as well. If you want to have a little skull head of me or my boy Tom. Ew, AI viewers. Oh no, get rid of them. It's a bot.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, delete them off the planet. But yeah, um, like we said, yeah, Tom's got Metal Fest and all that cool stuff coming up. Like I said, check out his music with Hood, If I Were the Devil. That shit slaps harder than my mom's chancla. You know what that means? It's crazy. I got, obviously my website. Keep trying to add more new arts and available merch. And I have the Halfway to Halloween show next month with my boys from the Horror House. So it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a good time. A lot of nice, fun, different vendors. It's an all ages kind of thing. Yeah, from 12 to 6. And on that note, I guess live long and prosper.
Yes, yes.
Sci-fi. But yeah, peace out, guys.
Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Take care of yourself, guys. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend.
Be
Cheers.
good to each other. Don't blow your hands off.